So this week I did a lecture for the Parkinson's Association of Southwest Florida. And one of the things we were talking about, something we talk about a lot in class, is the connection between your brain and your body, specifically your brain, your body, and balance, and how we use socialization and the exercise so that we can create that BDNF in our brain, that neurotropin, so it helps us solidify our memories. Remember novel events, things like marriages, funerals, deaths, breakups, big events that are easy to remember. Well, that BDNF helps solidify and are present in these novel events, as research tells us from 1955 with Dr. Hebb's that was completed at Yale University. And so with Parkinson's, it's not just as we age, the synapses in our brains move further apart. These guys have problems, right, with the brain spreading as we age, but also with neurotransmitters. Those guys that are responsible for carrying signals from neuron to neuron across the synapse. Dopamine specifically. And so a little bit about Parkinson's. Most of us have been affected in one way or another by Parkinson's. Either we know someone in our family or friends, but it's not very far away, all right? You know, they say, and I don't know who they is, but everybody knows them, right? They say you're never more than 8 feet away from a spider. Think about that. That's a scary thought, right? I was taking my dog out this morning, and I'm looking around at my eaves, and I'm thinking, man, someone should pressure wash those. And as I look up, guess what's right above me? Hank 2, actually. We had a spider that hung out for about 2 weeks in our backyard and made this beautiful web between, we have 3 palm trees, you know, that are really close together. And so one day Hank was gone, so I don't know what happened. But we have Hank 2 right above me. This guy looks a little meaner, though. I may have to take some action there. But Parkinson's disease is the second most common neurodegenerative disorder in the United States. Most people diagnosed with PD are aged 60 years or older. However, an estimated 5 to 10% of people with PD are diagnosed before the age of 50. Approximately 500,000 Americans are diagnosed with PD, but given that many individuals go undiagnosed or misdiagnosed, the actual number is likely much higher. Some experts estimate that as many as 1 million Americans have Parkinson's disease. That's quite a bit. So exercise, it turns out, is one of the best things you can do for Parkinson's. And the deal is this, and this is a hard reality, but this is the reality. Parkinson's disease, you're not going to cure, all right? But you can, with exercise, as research tells us, your decline can look like this, all right? Without exercise, it looks like this. Now, I have had a unique viewpoint with a couple of my clients. 2 men, same age, same socioeconomic class, same type of work, retired around the same time. They both were diagnosed around the same time, about 7-8 months apart. One fella does everything he's supposed to do, everything you can do, avoids alcohol, gets enough rest, exercises every day, all right? He avoids sugar. All the things that you can do, he does. Subject number 2 does completely the opposite, okay? And what you're seeing is when we get on what's called a Bosu ball, when I introduce a very unstable environment. If you don't know what a Bosu ball is, think about the stability ball, the big stability ball, cut it in half, it has a hard bottom. Some people call it a half moon. Google it, DuckDuckGo it, you'll see the picture. The fellow that's doing everything right, he can stand on that ball unassisted for 60 seconds. Now, most of the time, it's 10 or 15 seconds before he has to recorrect like we do in our assessments using the chair. The other fella who's not doing the best he can, 2 or 3 seconds tops. And sometimes he never lets go at all of my hands as I'm helping him. There is never in my life been a more stark comparison, apples to apples, that I have seen. And it has absolutely convinced me that exercise is 100% necessary. Not 50, not 75, 100. And so as I'm talking to the Parkinson's Association, I found this book, or this magazine, guys. This was in our local grocery store. I heard someone say they also saw it at CVS and Walgreens. Great information. Let me read you one little excerpt and then we're going to get started. So, the benefits of exercise for Parkinson's. Exercise has been shown to have several significant benefits for people with PD. These helpful effects seem to stem from 2 specific neurological changes that occur when we work out. We know the brain is malleable. We've talked about that numerous times due to exercise, right? And that research Dr. Hebbs did. 2 changes occur when you work out. The release of dopamine, we talked about that just a second ago, which positively impacts your movement, mood, and sensation of pain. Number 2, growth and change in the cortical striatum, an area of the brain that controls voluntary movements. And think about all the other benefits we've spoken about over the course of our Balance University classes. Quite a few. I'm not going to go through all of them now. Quick list. 2 exercise-related internal changes can result in many concrete advantages for people with PD, including improved balance, decreased falls, increased gait quality, slowed decline in quality of life, increased cognitive function, and reduced sleep disruptions. That's everything we talk about in here. That's what we're doing, all right? Also, I came across some research you coffee drinkers will be happy to know. Those of us that consume caffeine are far less likely to be diagnosed with Parkinson's disease versus those who do not. So, coffee drinkers, go for that 2nd or 3rd cup, right? Okay, let's get started, guys. Let's stand, let's go behind our chairs, let's rock and roll. Very good.